The morning after war has no victory, only silence where voices once stood.
Metal remembers before men do pain. The ground holds the sound of every fallen heartbeat. Some words survive longer than those who write them. The desert buries everything, but never forgets.
Even in silence, the machines still try to speak.
Names without faces, faces without graves. The air remembers them all.
Every dawn begins with counting what the night has taken.
Survival is not peace. It's a question waiting for an answer.
They walk toward the edge of the earth, not to escape it, but to remember.
War ends not with silence, but with the memory of those who stayed to listen. The stations of war remain, long after their voices have gone silent. Even water learns to mourn. Drop by drop, it marks what's gone. Nature moves in where men once stood, reclaiming the silence as its own.
They carved hope into dirt for this, and the dirt remembered.
Where healing once echoed, only the wind tends to the wounded ground.
The scars of war stretch far beyond the fields where it was fought.
Every soldier leaves two worlds behind. The one he defends, and the one he loses.
From the silence, hands return task to rebuild, to recover, to remember.
The earth will heal, but the memory will never fade.
From the dust, life rises dough. Delicate, defiant, unstoppable.
When soldiers leave, others arrive dry, carrying water, medicine, and memory. Children rebuild first, not with bricks, but with colors. To rebuild a world, one must begin with the places where voices once gathered.
The walk home is the longest journey.
From memory back to meaning.
Some rebuild with stone, others with silence.
Worn, but not defeated, the symbol still stands.
From ashes to laughter, the first sound of peace.
Steel replaces silence for pine. Mankind rebuilds, piece by piece.
Hands that once held rifles now shape futures.
In remembrance, they plant life afahals, roots stronger than memory.
From ruin rises rhythm, the heartbeat of return.
Knowledge returns to its rightful home in the minds of the young.
Every tower is a prayer, hijja, built from the bones of what was lost.
Together they rebuild what one could never destroy, the will to endure.
They remember not for sorrow the Sev, but to remind the living why they build.
Darkness ends, where humanity begins to shine again. The day began as it always did, full of noise, sunlight, and the illusion of safety. Every second, 1,000 lives move forward buntunchit, unaware that time is about to stop.
Moments of comfort hitsri, small, human as arc ablaze, never knowing they are the last of their kind.
Innocence rides through streets that have not yet learned to burn.
Even those who fought forget, for a moment, what peace feels like before it's taken again.
1,000 reflections, each unaware they're about to fracture.
Above them, the sky was calm, as if watching, waiting.
And then sand, the earth remembered its rage.
In a single breath, the world changed, and the war of a new era began.
The blast tore the morning apart. A light. Silence replaced by thunder.
Sound vanished, replaced by the hum of shock, of disbelief.
Panic moved faster than fire. No one knew where safety lived anymore.
Fear became a language everyone understood in a single moment.
Concrete fell like rain. The skyline, no longer a promise, but a warning. Help was coming, but not fast enough for the dying minutes.
The city was no longer a home. It was a battlefield reborn.
He knew, Tao. This was only the beginning. And so began the new era. Not of nations, but of survival.
At first light, they gathered again, not in victory, but in defiance.
Orders came through static and CAD, but the mission was clear: retake the streets.
Every step echoed in a city that once never slept.
Eyes in the sky revealed what silence hid.
Preparation meant seconds. Survival meant precision. The silence broke again, and war reclaimed the streets. Under fire, mercy still ran faster than bullets. They had the high ground in Europe, and the city had become their weapon. A single breath, a single pull team, balance restored for a heartbeat.
Reinforcements had arrived, but so had the next wave.
They had pushed forward, unaware the city itself had turned against them.
Something's off.
No movement, no sound, only the weight of something waiting.
They divided strength, believing movement was safety.
In war, even air could whisper danger. The first trap had been sprung, and the city roared awake.
Hidden ghosts became hunters, and the air turned to fire.
Steel answered chaos, Ethan. Thunder for thunder.
Pain became rhythm, survival, a prayer between heartbeats. And as the sun fell, so did the illusion of control.
Every corner, every shadow slay. A question of who would move first.
In the silence between breaths, death waited patiently.
One shot, a whisper louder than thunder. One shot, a whisper louder than thunder. One shot, a whisper louder than thunder. The city answered back in fire and fury.
Target building located.
There was no retreat, only one way forward.
Every bullet was a line written in the language of survival.
And when the night fell quiet, they realized the war had only just begun.